Dogs can't communicate. Their understanding of things is finite. Science says this and that. Gosh, it is strange to me that so many people would be outraged by button communication with animals, but there is a lot of anger surrounding AIC right now. Skepticism, I could understand, but hate, oof. Now, I'm certainly not qualified to credit or discredit anything in the realm of science. I'm just a tattoo artist from small town Wisconsin. And Alexis, Bunny's owner, just released a really great informative video about her experience surrounding AIC so far. And it artfully addresses a lot of the really weirdly aggressive accusations that get hurled at her on a daily basis. So I'm not even going to try and say it any better than she did. You should go look it up if you haven't seen it. All I'm going to do is tell you about the positive effect that AIC has had in my life. Real quick timeline of my life. Lonely child, bullied mercilessly, the queen of artificial friendships. Yes, I could write and draw, so kids would pretend to be friends with me until they got what they wanted, and then poof, back to their little original clique that they used to hang out in. Now, what were the results of that magical childhood experience? Social awkwardness, anxiety, distrust towards people in general. Oh yeah, I'm a big ol' hot mess. But for how uncomfortable I felt being around others, I still craved an unconditional connection to a living thing that wasn't a parent, you know? Like something that loved me for me, not just because it had to or because it could get something out of me. It is a strange hell to live in to simultaneously crave and fear love so badly. I found relief from that pain in my dogs, Cade being my first. His 10 years on this planet were beautiful and amazing and healing. I miss him every day. I wish Buttons had been around in his lifetime because all I ever wanted was to give him as much as he gave me. And if there existed even a small chance that Buttons could have improved his life in some way, I'd have been shoving those babies in my cart faster than a Greyhound at Fast Cat event. I guess if you've never personally felt that kind of love from a dog before, it would be really hard to understand. It's not something anybody can explain. I feel like it's only something that can be experienced. I did the best I could for him with what I had. I have Moomin now. He'll be 2 in May. And I want to give him the same kind of love that he gives me. The same kind of love that Kid gave me. As someone who only wants to say, thank you for loving me, how many ways can I show you that I love you the same back? It's priceless. And yes, it's probably easy for someone to say, she only thinks he understands because her traumatized childhood heart wants to believe it so badly. Okay. Let's pretend Moomin doesn't know that there's a consistent association between play and flirt pull. Let's imagine he doesn't run to the door when he hits outside, that he doesn't flop onto his back for belly pets when he hits the belly button. Let's pretend I'm just a lonely wacko who likes to hang out near a board of meaningless buttons with her dog. Who the f*** cares? Look, I am not naive enough to believe that Moomin understands every single button on his board, but I am curious enough to see if he will someday, with patience and consistent modeling. Skepticism is always a component of curiosity, but does curiosity deserve all of this wrath? And I've heard this phrase a few times now. They're only pressing the button because they know it'll lead to a specific reaction from you. I got a secret for you. That's sort of the point. You mean she's playing flirt pull with her dog when he requests it? She's giving him belly rubs when he wants? And taking him to his bed when he presses bed? Dear God in heaven. She's letting him outside because he pressed outside? That godless heathen! Burn her alive, I say! The church shan't stand for this devil magic. Anyway, that's all AIC is here. It's love and exploration and possibilities and curiosity and connection and mutual respect. And for me personally, it has been very, very healing. I feel like I'm able to give Moomin what he gives me. So if people hanging out in their houses with their dogs and their cats and their buttons invokes this wildfire of fury in you, then whether I'm crazy or not, I strongly prefer my brand of eccentricity to yours. Because while you're over there boiling in your own little pot of anger, we're over here hanging out with a bunch of cool dogs and cats. So, peace, love, and turtle doves.